Yeah, really proud to get to the 20-win mark again with this team. You know, we talk about different streaks and things that have gone on within our program, and that's actually one that is meaningful to me because I think it's such a statement to the consistency with which our program is operated. And this year has put it to the test as much as any, you know, to be able to find a way to get to 20 wins with all the adversity that we've had this year. So it's really proud of the fact that we got to 20. I'm really proud of the fact that it happened, you know, on the road at our rival, and we're excited. We sit here, you know, 20-5. We got 4 to go, and everything we want still in front of us. A conference championship still in front of us. NCAA bid still in front of us. And so we just kind of keep clipping off the weeks and staying alive in this thing, and we're looking forward to senior weekend here against Delaware.
Another milestone, though, too, you're 800. What?
Yeah, that's what I hear. You know, they all sound the same to me. They all feel the same to me, to be honest. Like 800 or 700 or 750 or 801, or like they're all just the next one. And that stuff just really doesn't mean a lot to me. You know, there's very few win marks that have meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me when I passed Coach Diddle. That was really significant for me just because of the respect I have for who he is and his legacy here at Western Kentucky. And I know I hear somebody told me this weekend that next year maybe I'll be able to eclipse the all-time, you know, win record at Western Kentucky, which would be meaningful just because of my love for this place. And but other than that, you know, 800, I know it's a big number, it's a big round number, and it's significant. And but the 20 this year is far more significant to me than the 800 in my career.
This week also you'll be celebrating some seniors. Can you talk a little bit about those players and their impact on the program?
Yeah, this senior weekend, I hope that doesn't get lost in everything else that's going on for these three. You know, I talked to them about it when we chose when this, you know, all the festivities would be going on this weekend, and but I wanted them to me it felt right. It didn't feel like it. Somebody asked me if I thought it would distract from senior weekend, and I don't at all, because this is all about the players. You know, everything we're celebrating this weekend is about the accomplishment of players and the ones that came before them. And, you know, this has been a hard year for these three seniors because we're so young, and there's such a gap. You know, Callie Bauer was a freshman at Western Kentucky when Sonia Loxonen was in middle school. Like, there's such a gap in age in some of these kids, and so they've had a lot of work to do to lead this group. And you know, they've been nothing but great. They've been nothing but winners since they've been here, and they're all three paths are really unique. You know, in terms of you know, Callie's been here 5 years, Abby and Callahan for 4, and you know, they've been through a lot. But I hope they all feel like they're better young women, you know, walking out the door than when they walked in.
You talk about the festivities happening this weekend, obviously it's senior weekend, but the statue unveiled Saturday after the match with Delaware. Have you put any thought into that moment, what that's going to be like? Do you want to focus on that?
Well, of course we're focused on the matches, but you know, I mean, I'd be lying if I said that hasn't been on my mind. You know, in so many ways. Obviously, the incredible honor that it is. Like, I'm all over the place with it. The incredible honor that it is, the incredible distraction that it is from, you know, what's going on with this particular team. But just, you know, it's going to be a bit overwhelming for me. And all I can tell you is it won't be overwhelming when I look up and see my likeness in a statue. It'll be overwhelming when I turn my attention back to the crowd and I see all my family and all of our former players and all of our current players that are standing around to be a part of that special moment for me. That'll be the best part for me, you know, because you know, it's a symbol, obviously, of things that have been accomplished here. But everybody that'll be in that crowd will be people that have played a part, you know, in the story, and that's what will be the most special part for me, without a doubt.
That being said, there's obviously, as you pointed out too, there's games this week. Delaware coming in, what have you seen in Delaware?
Yeah, Delaware is a traditionally really good program. Like, I have tons of respect. Our first time playing them, obviously, but when they joined Conference USA, they got my attention very quickly, because if you look year to year, they're a very successful program, playing for championships in the league that they came from, and really quality coaching staff. This year's been a bumpy ride for them a little bit, but tons of transition. Like, it seems like everybody seems to be facing in college athletics anymore, but very different than anybody we've played lately. They're really, really long and athletic, and can kind of give you some problems with their physicality, but maybe haven't been as smooth in handling the ball point to point and doing some of those kinds of things. So a very different challenge for us, but really physical, really athletic team, really coached well, and their first trip to Bowling Green. So I'm looking forward to playing somebody new and seeing where we are.
You've talked about this young team kind of and all these different challenges they've had this year. Is this kind of another unique challenge this weekend with all the stuff going on off the court as well as?
Yeah, there's.
How do you feel about it's going to take to keep them focused?
There's no question that's going to be a big part of the week. Is everybody's keeping their attention on the right things, the most important things, and what makes this weekend special at the end. Looking back on it, nothing will make it more special than a couple wins. That makes it a lot easier to celebrate these seniors and celebrate all the alumni coming back and celebrate this unveiling. And so we got to keep the main thing this week. And I think we will. It's been my experience that, our players, on senior weekend all understand the gravity of it, just when it's senior weekend alone. I tell our underclassmen every year, they do all kinds of, they're, decorating the locker room and doing these little gift bags and for the seniors and all that. And I remind them every year there is absolutely nothing that is a bigger gift to seniors on senior weekend than a win. To win those matches and feel like that you left Diddle Arena a winner and with a smile on your face. And so yes, there's a lot of outside distraction, but I think once that ball's thrown up, I think we'll be ready to play.
Coach, there's only a few more matches left in the regular season for you guys. You feel like you're at full health now, you're getting into a rhythm. What are you looking to see out of these home matches?
Yeah, we've had 2 or 3 weeks in a row where we've been, for the most part, healthy. Again, Izzy's still nursing that ab injury a little bit, but with everything we've dealt with this year, that feels like something pretty small. And, so I'm in a weird place, to be honest, with the team this week because we've been so young, because we've been so injured, I feel like we still have a lot to do. But yet, as I talked to our staff about this morning, if we don't finish the job that we came to finish, we only have 2 more Mondays after today and our season will be over. And so we're kind of at a point where we still have a lot to do, but we kind of are what we are at this point in a lot of ways too. And so we have to have that moment where we quit trying to add things and we just kind of polish up who we are and trying to do the things that we do really in a clean manner. And at the same time, it's been a tug of war a little bit because we have so many things I still want to get accomplished. But this time of year is when everybody's really starting to wear down, and so you got to kind of rest those legs a little bit, and maybe more importantly with a young team, rest the minds a little bit and keep them fresh. And so that's something we'll be weighing in as part of this as well.
How do you feel they're handling that aspect of, like, I assume that they are looking for things to improve themselves individually, but then also recognizing that, like you said, you kind of argue you are. Mentally are they?
Yeah, to be honest, this has been a unique year just because of the way it unfolded. This time of year, usually you're cutting way back, and this time of year, when they show up for practice, it's usually a little quieter when I walk in the gym, just because it's, you're long into the season and everybody's getting tired and, time changes and it feels like it's midnight when we walk out of Diddle Arena and it's pitch black dark. And but to be honest, last week was probably the best energy we've had in the practice gym. And I think maybe it's because we haven't been whole for very long. And so there's still a little bit of a newness to that. And so I don't know, nothing's been predictable about this year, and we literally are just trying to narrow that number every week, and we're down to 4 now, and everything's still in front of us, and our goal is to find our way to get through. Like, no weekend has been pretty for WKU volleyball, and we're trying to grind and get that number down to 2 this weekend and still have all our goals ahead of us, and hopefully we can do that.